What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the review for Marriage and Medicine. This is season 7. This is episode 12, titled "Swap Till You Drop." So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. All right, so the episode it kind of picks up where last week's left off. You guys remember in last week's episode at the end, we saw Heavenly, Simone, and Jackie, and they were trying to get the things ready so the way they can go. Every trip they make it a habit to go out to the locals and give them some do physicals, give them just give them medical advice. So before they did that, they were talking about the night before with the guys. And everybody, all the women are cool about it, with the exception of again Heavenly. I just don't get why Heavenly is so insecure. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like if you know your husband's not gonna cheat on you, why be so insecure when other women are around him? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you trust him, then you should not have any insecurities. If you know that you're the only woman that he looks at, again, you should have absolutely no insecurities whatsoever. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it really is what it is, but I just don't understand her in certain aspects. Um, Now the guys, I think it was more so Cecil. Cecil was like, you know what, man, when it came down to it, he really didn't want to go. He was like, Heavenly told me not to go, but then we see him, you're like, there are going to be women there. They're going to be naked. Okay. I mean, Heavenly doesn't want me to go, but I mean, we're already here, so why not go? So then we do see them. They make it to where they're gonna go, and mostly with this one is mostly young girls and women that they're giving advice. They're talking to. I know Jackie was talking to some young girls about having sex, and if they do decide to have sex, have safe sex, because I know in that community where they are, that particular place where they are, teen pregnancy is, and is a thing that really that happens quite frequently there. And I just like the fact that despite all the mess and drama that happens with these women and the men, I love the fact that they are able to say, hey, when we go out of the country, let's go help the locals. And I just love that whole thing about this show in particular, the fact that they do a lot of good things despite all the messy shit that they do. Even throughout the season, when we see Dr. Jackie, when she was doing her thing, Dr. Simone when she's doing her thing, and even some of the guys when we see them. So it is really refreshing to see that, and I do enjoy that aspect of this show when we can just say, hey, let's just put some of the drama aside and let's just do something that helps other people. So I enjoy it. So let's move on, you guys. All right, so next we see the couple. So they're on the beach. I just don't understand why Simone has to be so damn loud. But that's, I guess that's part of Simone's charm. Cecil, God, how have you put up with that for the last, what they say, what are they married for, 23 years? I don't know how he has put up with her screaming. It just would not be me. But they're on the beach, so they have a group activity. So the group activity is, it's two different group activities. The first one, they so it's the couples. So they have this little box around them with ping pong balls in it. So they got to shake the ping pong balls out, and the women have to shake it out, and the men have to grab them and put them in put them in another box. Whoever does it in the quickest time was the winner. So they did that. They had a good time. So once that was over with, now they have to do this other exercise where they have to grab a soccer ball, they put it in between them, and they go from one end of the beach back to the other and drop it into a bucket. Now, sounds easy, right? Well, Timon decided to shake things up just a little bit. So instead of the couples being with the couples, like Simone and Cecil being with each other, or some Jackie and Curtis being Jackie and Lurch being with each other, or Mariah and Aiden, Contessa and Scott, Heavenly and Damon, Quad by herself. Instead of them doing that, Simone said, let's mix up the pairs. So I know she put Buffy with Lurch. She put She put Buffy with Lurch. She put Mariah with Damon. Simone was being messy. She was being a little bit messy. You say she was being messy, Daddy? I don't want to say that. I was saying Simone was being messy. So yeah, Damon with Mariah, Quad with Aiden. Um, Quad was with Aiden. Heavenly was with Cecil. Heavenly was with Cecil. And I forgot after that. Heavenly was with Cecil. Those are the main four that I remember. I don't know who I don't forgot who Toya was with, and I forgot who Eugene was with. Who the hell was Toya with, and who was Eugene with? Cause Simone sat out. Simone sat out. I don't remember. So if you guys remember, let me know down below. I literally forgot. I would have to look at that again, and I don't feel like it. But yeah, they had a good time with that. They were able to just let their hair down, and let the petty drama be what it is. And I definitely enjoyed seeing that. So then we later do see the last night there. They're celebrating Day of the Dead, and it's Dia shit. Because there's a show that I watch on Nickelodeon called The Loud House and the Casa Grandes, where they celebrate the Day of the Dead and they say it in Spanish, and I forgot how you pronounce it. But they're celebrating Day of the Dead. So then we see Simone, and she reads this love note that she finally took the chance to write to Cecil. And, so what they're going to do now is they're going to leave something there that they don't want to take back to Atlanta with them. And they're also going to resurrect something that they do want to take back to Atlanta with them. So they went, and that was basically it for the trip. So let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So let's move over to Quad. So she didn't really have a lot. So we saw her with her lawyer. So he's coming over to let her know what's going on with her divorce. Her divorce is not finalized, and remember earlier in the season, he told her to stay on top of Gregory about filing his taxes. Well, unfortunately, Gregory did not file his taxes. So what he wants her to do is he wants her to sign a settlement agreement, so that way he can go in front of the judge, and he can get this divorce finalized for her. And she's talking about this is the first time in a long time that she signed her married name, what, Quad Webb Lunsford. So when it comes to Quad, because I she was, and now in this scene, when her lawyer left and the camera crew was there and she was just sitting there sipping that wine, I'm like, this is theatrics for Quad. Because I get it. Quad talking about she didn't want to, she didn't see herself getting divorced. But did you see yourself staying married to him for that long? Because you two were on totally different planes, totally different pages. He wanted kids. You knew you don't want kids. At least not with him. Let me put it that way. At least you don't want kids with him. So I can't imagine that Quad was thinking that her marriage is gonna last for years and years like Simone and Cecil's marriage has. Because again, you and Dr. G were not on the same page, not in the same book, not even on the same shelf with each other. So whatever, Quad. Miss me with that bullshit, because and you can't tell me Quad was really sexually attracted to Dr. G. You just can't pay me to believe that. But if she want to say it, I don't believe it. Moving on. All right, so now let's talk about Dr. Jackie and Lurch. So it's not really much with these two. This might be the shortest that I talk. But so we see Lurch. He went to I guess like a Home Depot or something like that, where he's going to look at some, they're still doing his renovation on the house. So just going to look at some stuff, and Jackie is supposed to be joining him. Sorry, you guys. And we see her in the car. Jackie was lost, and she was talking to her assistant about some, a surgery that she has to do the next day, and that was at 5 something in the afternoon, and then she didn't make it to him until after 6, almost 7 o'clock at night. Oh, she's gonna sneeze. So when she gets there, she's telling him about her long day, Now here's the thing that got me with him. You know, before he cheated on her, he was talking about how in their relationship she didn't prioritize, she didn't balance her work life and her home life because you remember guys, she used to come home and charge even after she got off of work. So I understood him at that point, but here he is now talking about she's not doing it again, and I'm like, if we see that this tall ass motherfucker has cheated on her again, this is his excuse that, oh, she didn't have a good balance, with the work and home. I just don't know why she took his ass back, but that's on Jackie, not on me. I don't care. I wish her the best, but let's move on. All right, you guys, and then lastly, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott. So their therapist, she's doing a house call to them, and she comes in and she wants to pick up where they last left off. So the contestant said that she's still struggling since the last time that they talked to the therapist, and she said she still wants to do something different with medicine. And Dr. Scott was like, okay, shit, that's fine. You go back to school. Just know that your kids will suffer. And I'm like, wow. I really feel bad for her. I'm like, damn. Just know that your kids will suffer. Okay. Like, wow. And now, that makes you wonder, what all has he told the kids? And then you guys, I love the fact that Bravo do play back what happened, because Bravo played back the scene earlier this season when he was in the car with the kids, talking about the kids, telling the kids that she had him move from Michigan to Atlanta. Thank God she didn't have us move to Nashville. And I'm like, Scott, that is not something that you really want to tell your kids. So, it kind of just begs the question, because the contestant did say she feels like Scott, is trying to turn the kids against her. Do I agree with him? Do I agree on that statement? No, I do not believe that he's trying to turn the kids against her. But I do feel like he is, planting things in the kids' heads about mom, being away at school. Wow. They have really got to get on one accord with each other. Because damn, when he said, yo, just know that your kids will struggle, I was just like, wow, bruh. And then, he talks about them arguing, how the kids over here. And the therapist is like, when it comes down to you two and having adult conversations, you two need to learn how to have adult conversations away from the kids, so that way they don't hear anything. So it's just completely between the adults. Like, now I don't know how they don't see that part. Like, why would you want to argue in front of your kids? Your kids are old enough to know what's going on. Like, that's definitely not good to just sit there and argue in front of your kids. But you guys, that was Married to Medicine. So be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, share this video, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else, and I will see you guys later.